same composition on the same map that really allowed them to get through the qualification process in the first place.
Yeah, on a 4-game winning streak since kind of changing up this roster, bringing in a couple of new players here. Apathian, of course, being one of those new players, as well as Calm. And you know, Jogamo was obviously added earlier in the year with Reformed. Bustio being kind of the only long-standing member left on the EG side. But the thing is, Cloud9 are no slouches on this map. 7-3 record since Vanity's been on board, and all of their losses have been incredibly close. Including the multiple overtime loss to the Gar, which saw them bow out of making it to Masters.
All right, a little haunt play here early for Zeppa just to scout out what's going on over the middle of the map, but Jogamo will beat the timing by just getting on top of Tube. He's already throwing a handful of shots, not just over the middle, but also towards B, and it kind of has Cloud9's defense in a bit of a scatter at the moment, while the rest of EG walk on in towards A. Yeah,
it's going to have to wind up being a retake here for Cloud9. While EG keeps the same composition, and while we have seen Cloud9 run KO in the past, this is definitely a departure from the Sova by bringing Zeppa onto that fade, then having everyone else kind of shuffle around that move. And that spike is down, and Mitch jumping around for the frag on the Jogamo to set this retake up.
Yeah, that will actually put a little bit of concern to Evil Geniuses to what very well may come off the flank, but Cloud9 is full stacking for a retake from the front. The knife comes through, no more utility for EG to try to defend against this. Initial toggle of the spike will get a lot of pre-fire out, and then initially, I was gonna say Calm's got the lineup already ready to go, and it actually tallies up 2 kills. Even though a couple of kills were here for Cloud9, time is becoming a major problem, or is it? How about the ability for Vanity and Zeppa to still clean things up? And yeah, no problem for the defuse.
The last time they played this map is just the fact that they still have, you know, certain agents in play, but on different people, because it was Mitch playing Chamber, I believe, while Leaf was playing Jet in the past, so this is a big turnaround for Cloud9's roles.
Leaf's timing, oh my goodness, just completely breaks the back of Evil Geniuses before the round can even really get started for their offensive look towards B. And Zeta defensively is the only real Cloud9 member in any sort of a position to contest this spike, but Barrier Orb will go up. Some respect has to be given to these Sheriffs, as Calm does allow an opportunity to get one back. The problem about this is these SMGs with numbers is just so hard to break. So a decent effort for Calm to find a couple, but largely speaking, no problem on the retake for Cloud9.
No, not at all. Just flexing that firepower superiority, and they will be able to keep that Bulldog into the next round, so it won't be totally the next round no matter what.
Jogamo already making a quick move back over towards topside green. Recon Bolt destroyed, so no information on this defensive stack that Cloud9 is putting together here over in the backside of the tubes. And the knife also going to get some information how many EG members are threatening this play, really as soon as Mitch makes contact.
Yeah, and they're just trying to get the most out of these bonus weapons, you know, trying to take these up-close engagements and trying to bounce off of each other, and they have picked the right spots to play. As we do see an instant trade right there. Zeta, though, gets the better of it, gets back with the snakebite as well into sight, and so that's a man advantage, actually, for Cloud9 on this bonus round, and they have a good read of the situation. And they still have their defense, like, you know, keeping tabs on the other side of the map, so it's not like they're totally out of it.
Oh, this is interesting. I was going to say, with Cloud9 kind of trusting the trademark to be the only defender at B, they're starting to rotate back over towards A, thinking they have dissuaded Evil Geniuses from this push, but EG is going to kind of make them reconsider, creating a little bit of doubt about it, especially with the late Toxic screen coming up, but this is all just a gut check call. EG is going to fast rotate back over towards A, and the only defender here, Dust, is going to be Vanity with the Bucky.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those situations where they're going to have to play for a retake again, but at least they flex the man advantage in doing so, right? And they still have some utility to get their way in. You know, they're just kind of hedging their bets by stacking early, but they can still maybe make some maneuvers through middle. The problem is Apoth is actually looking to cut off this rotation, so that could be a big trouble problem. Yeah, good fragment, but not going to stop the spike from getting planted, unfortunately. Get some chip damage off, but it is going to get healed away, and we're going to see that full Cloud9 rotation through spawn.
Apoth has got great timing behind this, but does reveal his position. Double peek comes from the backside of it. Leaf able to secure the trade. So now a 3v2. Still numbers with Cloud9 with the firepower. Absolutely an advantage for Evil Geniuses as they look to back off the spike a little while longer. Leaf, last one up. Bulldog in hand, almost gets the transfer.
Here. Yeah, Reform actually had to go to a Spectre, it looks like. So EG actually, you know, losing so many members there keeps their economy low.
Cloud9 was so good in stage 1, forcing some really difficult bonus rounds against their opponents, but how about this move from Bustio? He is completely concealed. Unless a knife comes out, he very well may find a time to get it first.
Yeah, that's very true.
Has been read. Jogamo Very focused
he
out of a
missed.
Busio, misses the timing. He can't stay here. Or can he?
I don't know. He gets a frag, and he's actually fighting out pretty well. He does get pushed back right now. Meanwhile, EG paving a way forward onto the site with this Hunter's Fury, but Leaf and Zeta quickly collapse back onto them.
This is so good from Cloud9. This is so good. They've stalled this out completely. They get the isolated trade they wanted, and they don't even let EG even come close to getting a spike plant down. A bit disjointed on this EG offense, and I don't even know if EG can stay here.
No, they're getting pushed back by this utility so well by Cloud9, who just keeps cycling it in, not allowing them forward, but Giacomo hits a big frag there onto Mitch, and that gives them some pressure still on A. Meanwhile, they're transitioning that spike through long as the site's already been taken by Com. He knows it's clear. Leaf, though, that's a big one. That keeps them on man advantage for this retake. But Com,
he's in a great position.
Got it.
Spike gets planted. You have to get Com out of kitchen first and foremost, and it's so difficult to do. He's just kind of the ruler of the coffee pot up there. Zeta now 1v2 situation. Com is completely turned tail and run. They're going to play this off of the position that Reform's at yellow. Reload comes out. Slow Orb will give away at least one position. The biggest curiosity is where has Com gone off to? There's the second Slow Orb. Reform still takes a little bit of chip damage, but Zeta just cannot get through these Slow Orbs, and there it is. Great elimination.
Big chance for EG to take the lead.
Giacomo continuing to get some early pressure over towards top side of green. This time Com working with them, and this defensive stack for C9 will not get in place as it was here from the bonus. Really good start here from EG to use the numbers. Still an opportunity over maybe for Zeta to get 1 or 2 with his life. Obviously, with the first blood not going your way, you're hoping for 2, but 1 would be okay.
Yeah, he's just trying to keep playing this position, play off a Leaf, who's going to be kind of occasionally peeking from this yellow position, imagine. But Zeta actually is the one who takes first contact and gets cleared out. And now Leaf is just trying to do something, but his elbow sticks out, and Boostio will find it. That'll get them into the site here, and I mean, it's just piling on at this point. EG making quick work out of this with that Prime Gangling Flawless. He is going to fall back, though. He's not committing too much right now, as we are going to see EG pressing in. Continuously just pressing forward, using that barrier to set up this plant. And here comes the ult from Zeppa, and here comes that immediate retake.
Knife deep will actually contain onto 2 different members. Fragment on the corner will flush out some of the key post plant positions, but honestly speaking, EG is fine. They've gotten away from too much damage, and Giacomo even does one better by moving forward and deleting Leaf from the equation. Viper's Pit on the retake now starting to come through. This is going to force out spam from EG. And over the top of the Viper's Pit, Zeppa is not going to do too much. This is great from EG. Slow Orb down, but can anyone actually get here to get the damage in? They find Zeta at the very last second, but Vanity now starts to tee off. This will be a 1v4 for him. The spike did not actually get fully diffused to half, actually, surprisingly enough. And that will actually be EG.
With again, Cloud9 find themselves with, you know, less than ideal weaponry early in this half.
And I think the best news here for Evil Genius fans is the fact that you have been this clean in full buy rounds without having to spend a single ultimate yet. I mean, outside of the tour, which, I mean, again, it was part of the full buy, but that's not really what, you know, we're talking about when it comes to team fight influence. Giacomo, quick shots through the cloud burst as he decides to go up. Not going to do too much from that position, as Vanity cannot, unfortunately, follow up off of his own self-flash. So EG, post-plant already set up here at B.
Yeah, Letho gets a quick frag, but it will get res there by Reform, so Com is back in the fight, as we are starting to see some of that utility from Zeppa allow them to start getting into the site, but they're still a man down and they have lower firepower.
Just trying to make it punishing with as many kills as possible, but... well, actually, with a couple of low health pool members, EG is not as safe as you may expect. Zeppa, opportunity to clean up a couple of kills, and it will be
Trademark will be in kitchen to detect this, though.
Yeah, and this is actually, I was going to say, really good intel from Cloud9 because you had Vanity who already cleared out A, but the problem about this is you still have 3 members from EG to deal with in this position, and unfortunately for Zeddy, he couldn't get 1. Information there on Giacomo. Looks like Mitch had seen him. Viper's Pit getting placed, but it's just the timing perfect from EG. Giacomo using the knife and the rifle combination, and this is looking like it'll be another EG round.
This is a great use of Viper's Pit as well on the attacking side. To get into kitchen, just get so much coverage all through the plant zone and all through kitchen, making it very tough for Cloud9 to find a way back in, as Leaf is now all alone here to 1 versus 3. Now, it's one of those situations where knowing was half the battle. Like, sure, Cloud9 read the kitchen push, but they could not get any fights there. And you also like the idea Mitch had. He saw Giacomo on top tube, and he decided to just bypass that and try to get into kitchen anyway, and still got caught.
if you're good at executing on it, there's no need to fully change. I guess overall, the vulnerabilities that come post-patch really are not significant enough to make you kind of lose your protocols and just go with what you know.
Sure, and I think with Jett, like, yeah, she's been nerfed, but I feel like you don't really feel that unless you're, like, defensive opping. I feel like you can still pre-plan how you want to use your tailwind for those aggressive rifle plays, particularly on the attacking side, and it kind of minimizes the quote-unquote nerf that took place, if that makes sense. And Giacomo's certainly been figuring out ways to make things happen with Jett's kit, despite, you know, the setbacks that she received in the patch we're playing here, as it's going to be another retake for Cloud9, this time a 5-on-5, and again, this time just not as much weaponry to put forward.
Oh, yeah. It's all from the front, too, which is also different from the last time we saw this situation. So we'll see what utility Cloud9 can maybe use to soften this play up, and actually the tour comes through, and the Haunt will connect. Prowler also in the mix. Touches onto one, and Zeta will be there to help out. So wait a second, the kills are coming through nicely, but the Hunter's Fury, oh gosh, it's absolutely deadly. The one segment of the wall that gets broken turns it into a choke point, but Com still has to go quickly. The rest of his friends have gone. He's trusting that the utility will kill.
Haunt thrown out early there. Doesn't really get too much, but does force a little bit of pressure at middle. Already seeing Boostio trying to poke a little bit here at this front side of A. We're still, you know, minding their P's and Q's at middle and at long B. Nothing really too aggressive here from Cloud9 to kick things off, though Vanity looks for some intel with the knife, won't really find it. Yeah, as EG, again, still not committed either direction, but looking to try to lay that pressure down on A side.
Yeah, the knife was just there to see if anyone was contesting close, so now the Aldrin could come out freely.
Yep.
Still waiting for it, though, as the Spike needs to get here first. This will be a 5-man stack, and you assume that as soon as the Aldrin is pulled, everyone's going to start throwing smokes and getting on into the site.
Yeah, and to be clear, we're not on the patch
so
yet. Oh,
good.
Wow.
Nightfall's looking to come through, but actually the fragment doesn't fully land this, so it's just a mark and a decay, and that's enough to actually push EG back and maybe try to assume that Cloud9 will have to keep their positions at B a little while longer while the effects of the Nightfall fade away.
Yeah, that's 4 trails, and again, it deafens and decays, softens you up. Now they're trying to come up, and that's a big catch on the Zeta, actually, and they have that coverage of the barrier to actually march their way into Kitchen and through under 2, but what a shot from Leaf onto Giacomo. Can they build off of that? That's going to be the big question. There's still a man behind.
This splits the offense up completely. That whole play through middle has now been essentially dissuaded by the fact that Leaf hits one and Mitch is in a position to get the res off. Okay, Spike's gonna get planted, but Vanity pushing in towards the toxic screens will be able to find another, and it's just down to Apoth deep. Nothing he could do, and really it's just a Nightfall and one catch from Leaf that completely breaks up EG from getting a coordinated hit towards B.
Yeah, and that's just, again, where Cloud9 can thrive in those chaotic mid-round moments. That's just due to the chemistry and team play.
You want to play? Let's play.
Okay, Giacomo flirting with the angle, and Boostio will use that as a bit of a bait. Leaf will drop, and the defense for Cloud9 on B results largely to what Zeta could do.
Yep.
Foot will be shown, and Boostio will just predict for it. That will work. But mid-map, Cloud9 have found at least one elimination to give themselves a chance in this 3v4.
Now it's beautiful work from Boostio with his tour de force, catching Leaf, who was being patient. Boostio found him out anyway, almost finds another here, but it's Zeppa who connects instead. But Giacomo there for the follow-up. They still have an advantage on this post plant.
Yeah. And they know exactly where both of these last two members are. Zeppa is getting healed up, though, thanks to Mitch. Defensive barrier orb going to get placed. They will break. Also, the reveal coming through, but Zeppa still is able to take this to a 2v2 all of a sudden. Mitch is just throwing shoulders left and right, but it may not make too much of a difference. Giacomo going quickly. Zeppa pushing through! No, surely not! Doesn't have anything but the knife, and Giacomo
back up here with 1 round left to play this half.
Golly. EG came to play today. They're looking really solid, but look at Cloud9. Tempo this time, not just from Vanity, but you've got Leaf holding an angle. Oh, and that's not what you want to see. If your Vanity just blindly runs on into 3 different EG members, and without the trade being there, it's advantage EG.
Yeah, and EG has had a 71% attacking win rate on this map this year. So definitely no strangers to getting, you know, kind of almost near that 9-round mark per attacking half, or at least, you know, 7 to 8 rounds, and they're on pace for that yet again. Out comes out, though, from Zeppa to try to slow this attack down here at long B. But the spike will still get planted, but Leaf collects a soul, and so that's going to be... Well, never mind. that march back has largely been contested away.
Yep. Resurrection tries to come out. It'll force Leaf to challenge, and he does well to get the elimination. Zeppa also takes another with him, but Leaf is the last one left, and he's got players behind him that he's not expecting. That's
Definitely
APOP.
see them matching that pace against a team like Cloud9 is a really good sign if you're an EG fan. See if they can keep it up here on the defense as Cloud9 look to try to see if they can still fight back in this.
Well, it's going to be Leaf first and foremost. Oh, he's got to look at Jawjamo. That is unfortunate. If you're EG's defenders looking for a cheeky angle out of Jaw, and that's not going to work out. So now the Prowler comes through just to see if there's anyone around 410. Nothing there. And the thing about this, though, EG does have 2 defenders that are still in sight, so there is the ability for them to try to get some trades here.
And this Toxic Screen can kind of provide sanctuary for Boostio to try to get a little bit aggressive and then fade back to the background. Not able to get a frag, though, has to fall all the way back. But Cloud9 are looking to perhaps shuffle a little bit here as well. They're putting that pressure at Long B right now with Vanity. They're also still patrolling middle here with Zeta. They are not committed quite yet to this A side, and they've actually done enough to make the EG defense second-guess their positioning. It's broken this A stack, and now they can start coming into A after cutting the noise, and that's going to leave APOP all alone right now. He's probably going to have to just take a shot and then fall back off this wall and play for the retake, and they're already a man behind. That's a great haunt as well for confirmation.
APOP holding his ground. A little slip and slide from Mitch on the ropes. And the trades are decent. EG still fighting back. Zeta around the corner, though, is not able to take down Reformed. How has that happened? In a 1v1, Vanity against Boostio. Only 8 shots left for Vanity, and it doesn't matter. Just headshot city. Back around yellow. And with only a Toxic Screen in Cloud9's way, I think they're going to probably quickly realize off the Prowler that we may just be able to walk through again. Let's just make sure that the high ground is clear.
Yeah, I mean, the Prowler's not as good of a Trailblazer, but you get 2 of them, and it still gives you pretty good information. It's not like, you know, Sky's Guiding Light that requires you to initiate, and it has to, you know, see someone to give you that direct intel. Prowler kind of acts on its own once you steer it. And so that's why you think you're seeing a lot of people kind of go to that fade is, yeah, you know, the Prowler may not be as good as the Trailblazer, at least you get 2 of them. I mean, that gives you a little bit more to work with as far as, you know, pushing forward with intel. Same with the Haunt, as this spike will go down. 5-on-4 post plant here for Cloud9.
Gonna be hard for EG to split up this post plant. It's just a Toxic Screen that they're gonna be really relying on after losing Calm. Good flash peek coming out, but the trades are decent. That's actually gonna be a weapon collected here for EG to possibly use. Leaf not liking his position will rendezvous all the way back. So it's on Zeta to try to hit a bit of a pinch. This Toxic Screen will block any sort of vision for the Cloud9 defenders of this spike on the back side. And Zeppa's good for 1. Zeta from the flank finally reveals his position, and Cloud9 will clean up.
They can get this round through.
Yeah, I think for Evil Geniuses, you know, obviously the null command's going to be a part of this, so keep yourself spread. Don't get fully caught by this and maybe delay how you want to contest C9's advances. Because this is, on the other side, a huge round for Evil Geniuses if they win this one.
Yeah, and Cloud9 have cleared yellow already with the Nice. They know that there's really no one that they have to worry about up close. They really just have to worry about the site. Obviously, Barrier is blocking their path that they would like to take to get that quick plant. They're going to have to get around that first or break it down, and that'll be kind of the signal that EG need to start maybe looking to rotate towards this B side of the map as they're still holding a 3-man A defense to kick things off. But now we see that rotation from Calm to try to help reinforce. But Leaf gets in behind, and that's big.
Yeah, that's massive. I think there's a lot of trust that Jawjamo was keeping mid safe. That was not actually the case off that angle. There's the null command, but the spike is not following behind us. And now, actually, the off timing for Jawjamo is going to help re-clear mid. And Cloud9 may not actually be able to fully rotate back over. They're still going to commit to getting to A as Vanity lurks over on the B side, and this will actually keep EG planted on the B side defensively for a free plant.
Yeah, that was getting a little bit dicey, but Cloud9 do make the pivot. Spike will go down A side. Zeta's in the clear to get that done. He's also finally getting Vanity, who's about to start, you know, working his way towards the backside of A to greet them. And so it will be a 3-on-3 post plant here as EG start coming through screens quickly. The problem is APOS already so low on health.
Yeah. Haunt is earned. It will actually get a mark on Jawjamo, who wants to keep the angle, and oh, that's so bold from Jawjamo. Works out beautifully for him. So now it's down to Zeta. He doesn't even have a great long-range weapon. No more snake bites either, so he's got to make this happen. And oh boy, wait, there's actually one more low HP member! Zeta! Knives out early. Knife will delay any further pushes from EG. And oh boy, they've actually gotten a couple of tags into APOP. The Haunt will reveal that they're already backing up, and that's going to be green lights valuable here for Cloud9. But Evil Geniuses, they have gotten a couple of new defenders into the site, looking to use that as an opportunity to reinforce. But the problem is Jawjamo has missed a handful of knives, and he needs a reset here if they want to have a chance to retake.
That was a great Prowler, by the way. It puts so much pressure on Apoth. They're able to basically clear him for free with it. Obviously, low weaponry is also hurting EG right now, as they're still, you know, a man behind, running out of time for this retake to come in.
They've ran out of knives. It's just a shorty for Jawjimo now. Tries to work through, but will be able to do nothing with it. And now it's just Boostio and Calm. Now just Boostio. And they know exactly where he's at. Vanity's on the hunt. Good shot. That'll work. Keep it at least marginally punishing, but Zeppa will finish off, and that will clearance for Cloud9 to start making a play. Fragment just to confirm. And it will largely be on what can Boostio do. Gets the opener, wants Vanity as well, but no chance to stay alive through that. Nightfall on the play as Vanity continues to get clarity on the backside of the barrier orb. And Cloud9 will take a numbers advantage as they will get a plant off.
Yeah, and they got the trail onto Calm as well. Prowler will follow it up. That's going to keep the pressure on Calm over towards Kitchen to allow them to get that spike down. Jawjimo kind of darts in there for one, but it's quickly traded by Zayden, so Cloud9 still firmly in control of this post-plant situation with all this utility as well to continue getting confirmation on where this rotation's coming from.
Got to be something special here. Calm does have, actually have got a couple of different abilities to clear out areas. 2 shock darts and still 1 more snake bite to play with. Zeppa with intel of his own. We'll start spamming things now, but EG actually baits it out pretty darn nicely. This turns down to a 2v2. Time becoming a bit of a problem. Recon bolt out, and they actually flush Zeta into a weird position. So now it's just up to Vanity. He's only got a pistol, and EG will take a 2v3 to get up back by 1 again.
There are ults available for these two teams. Apoth will use his early here over on this A side. The so common spot, but it actually got canceled out.
Wow.
Yeah, 0 point came in there, took care of business.
That is not good. Boostio, though, okay. Keeping Leaf at bay. Very well done. So early numbers for Evil Geniuses. They don't get the setup that obviously they wanted, but you could still just run this round as if you're playing a 5v4. No worries about the Viper's Pit not being here.
Yep. That's kind of a great catch to kind of make up for it. Rez, though, is going to come in right away here from Mitch, but Zeta also taking out Cobb, and so how the tides have turned now. Cloud9 with the edge here. Vanity continue to put the pressure over here with the 0 point. Does detect that Apoth is still present on the A site, and they're looking to duel him. They catch his reinforcements before it can come into play. Reform gets a res, but they're still 2 behind in the end.
Oh, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong, and Zeppa's having a field day in the back of the A site. Boostio could do no more besides try to hold, and wow. You just thought for a moment that, yeah, it's unfortunate the Viper's Pit gets canceled. That's the whole setup, but you get first blood. You think that the angle's going to be fine, and all of a sudden then you lose to a res as Calm tried to check through mid. Oh, God.
And I think the other big front.
Very much so. Haunt not going to come off completely. Slow orbs, though. It looks like Cloud9, they're going to try to hit this pretty quickly. Prowler's going to be here to reestablish, and EG do have 3 members here defensively. They're going to use the Aldrin to try to slow this down, and I guess technically speaking, mission accomplished from the front. The problem is Zeta with the Spectre had already did some damage in the middle. Oh,
look at this, though. Boostio also finding Leaf there with the Headhunter, playing a kind of a crazy angle back here. And so things are getting dicey, especially with that one from Jawjimo, and oh my goodness, is it about to happen again?
Mitch for a 1v3 has not been revealed as of yet. And EG are just going to hang out and wait for the commitment. That'll be the information to start making a play forward. And what does Mitch want to do? Has a barrier orb to play, but wants to get a little bit more aggressive. Bait and switch, beautifully done from Evil Geniuses as everyone faces. And that won't just be a thrifty. That's going to do wonders for the score, getting to 10. And, of course, the weapons collected. EG's a huge round, massive round for them.
Yeah, that's big. You know,
and, of course, you expect that any danger would result in a rendezvous. Prowler does connect. Booster going to hold his ground here as the trademark actually does get detected. You might take a peek, and okay, well, that slow orb should be enough for him to reconsider.
Yeah, he was just testing him. He's like, all right, I might be in your setup. I'm still playing this corner, so come on then. Flashes and slow orbs.
Oh my.
Exchange. Boostio finds a little bit of a window there, but Vanity's quick to trade it back. Calm breaks out the Hunter's Fury to stall and finds a frag that gives the advantage back to EG and really puts a halt to this attack now on the B side. Spike still trying to make its way in. Reformed able to heal up, and EG have the edge.
Can they stop Vanity from planting? Sure can. 43 seconds on the clock. Reform still trying to hold the angle. Snakebite will push him back just a step, but the recon bolt reveals. Second attempt for Zeta to get the plant off. This time the shock dart. Oh, doesn't actually bounce correctly. Nope. So it's not going to get there in time. And now all of a sudden, it's just down to if they find Apoth, we'll have a 2v2. But no, Apoth, his timing and his shots just too good. And Evil Geniuses win a key gun round here late in the first map to go up 11-9.
Expand how much information gain capability you've got combined with the haunt. So, you know, these players are figuring it out.
Boostio looking for a timing past the Prowler. Not going to be able to do too much, so we'll rendezvous away. You have Nightfall. You've got Null Command here if you're Cloud9, but you're going to need a pick at least first if you're going to consider using ults, you feel like, in this round.
Yeah, sure. You're kind of hedging your bets. They're keeping that pressure on B side right now with Zeta. The rest are looking to march forward into A, which has been left somewhat open, but now the challenge comes in from Apoth, but Leaf is going to net the result that they require. Barrier goes up to cover for this plant. Lee still kind of patrolling this top balcony area and finds a big one.
And in that same moment, Zeta was lurking in the backside of B, so Evil Geniuses need to be cautious about their flank. This is a hero rifle coming into play. The Null Command pop, but instantly downed his Vanity. Can Leaf do more? Jojimo up top has been able to neutralize and silence him for the time being. There's the Nightfall. Mitch going to use that to secure the trade. Will the revive be able to come through as Boostio is able to tally up one? It's Zeta's flank that comes in. Pull out the tour early. And maybe an opportunity to try to get a reveal off the recon bolt for an early pick. Boostio feeling frisky with the timing's going to be everything on this. The quick scope will connect, but he cannot get away. It's an even trade. Will allow Cloud9 to reign over the middle of the map.
Yeah, now they almost... Oh, they do. Oh, I thought Leaf might have burned that one away, but he does wind up connecting onto Reform, so that's going to be man advantage now for Cloud9. They have this threatening control over towards the B side of the map right now. Zeta's still holding the spike out towards middle. He needs to make sure he doesn't get caught right now. This could be kind of dangerous. This timing could be a problem, but he does get around the corner right as Apoth was looking to breathe and hunt him down. Here comes the spike.
Does Cloud9 expect how many members for Evil Geniuses have repossessed the middle of the map? Jojimo going to go to the knives and go sky high. Good reveal coming through, but nobody expects that Leaf is still playing through the middle of the map. Oh no. Oh no. Now it's on to Apoth. Would be a technical 1v4. Viper's put of his own, but he has to get through at least 2 steps of a 3-step checklist here before you can even consider it. Spams the corners, hoping for something to land. Not going to get gifted a kill here. As the toxic screen falls, Apoth makes his move, and Zeppa's waiting.
Spin to stop Cloud9 from taking Icebox as their own. Apoth looking to put the ult. Last time he tried this, it got canceled. This time, not the case. He'll be able to get it fully deployed.
Feels bad to wait like 10 rounds before you can try to make that play happen again.
Oh, that's huge.
Good opening pick. Yeah, great pick.
You will not kill my ally.
Quickly rezzed, but I mean, burning that early is helpful. Zeta, though, who's just... This man's been a menace at middle. I mean,
it's the exact
unreal.
same situation as the last time. Vipers gets down this time, sure. Jojimo is able to at least respond to one more, but not having Calm as a part of the defensive picture is bad news here for Evil Geniuses when it comes to regathering intel for retakes. So you kind of have to contest this early. The exchange stays even, but Jojimo just gets picked up thinking he could come help Reform, and now we go to a 2v2 with Apoth still on a judge.
Yeah, Reform, though, still standing and kind of swats them back off of this B side, but now the pressure's on Apoth as he's going to have to guard a solo. The rotation from Reform is not going to take place for quite some time. It's all on this judge up close to try to wreak some havoc, but at least Reform has bit on this rotation right away, and Apoth's able to connect, and he gets both. With the judge, who's certainly a contributing factor.
2 are out for Leaf. Good look at where the Haunt predetermined setup has been for Zeppa. A couple of different rounds. Aldron will allow EG to move not just quickly through mid, but with numbers as well. Trademark to keep him honest.
Yeah. Funny to see the Haunt split there. That's a spot that Zeta actually used to throw Sky Flashes at. It was very popular in Korea. So to see it used to the Haunt placement is kind of a callback to that, as we are going to see this huge push from Cloud9 on the site.
Apoth, though, still holds his ground in the back. He's actually also heard the ropes up top, and EG will go 3 for 1. Vanity keeps the play alive, quickly gets on the rope to get out of dodge and give his team a chance, and Zeta will follow up. How have they done this? 2v2, now to a 2v1. It's just on to Boostio. Spike getting planted. Does Boostio know that Zeta's still playing deep? They've eliminated the ability for him to see him initially, but the 1v1 now comes through. Boostio for the win versus Vanity. And where has he gone to? Boostio checking every single corner. Here's the footstep, but no! Vanity! A lot of that did come with a heavy economical advantage, a lot of those rounds.
True.
So in a full gun round here, Cloud9 are going to kind of set up a similar defense to what they had normally put together. The only thing that's really different about this is you've got a passive play for Mitch, and the Viper's wall is the only defense at A at the moment.
Yeah, it's also a different shape one as Leaf will find Boostio. We've been seeing these chamber battles commence all game long. And this time it's Leaf who comes out on top. Zeppa now coming in as well, catching APAW trying to lurk up middle. And while this spike will go down for EG, that's about the only thing they have going for them right now, as they're down 2 players already.
Jojimo has to get at least 2 here.
Yep.
Playing on the opposite side of the barrier orb, the Prowler's going to push him back. That's not great news. Reform trying to hold the back door as much as humanly possible, but he gives up the angle at the exact wrong moment, and now Cloud9 start running on into sight for the retake. Jojimo denies Lee from doing what could have been an ace, and Com's position will be unknown for now, but he gets turned on by Zeta. Come on. 13-12, C9 in the advantage in the first OT.
The Cloud9's attack certainly was inspiring. In fact, both teams were stronger on the attacking side, both getting 8.
Haunt right into the Prowler. Jojimo is not going to be scouted by this. This is a new position
big off
for
angle.
him. Yeah, sure is. Vanity's thinking about it, though. Dash gets charged up. Here comes all the utility. Timing for Jojimo. Oh,
No!
He misses the mark! Oh, it's all gone wrong again! Apoth is trying to hold on to the site, but he's not going to be able to. 2v2, Com sneaks on in, denies the spike. But do they know how far forward Zeppa has gotten? Reformed is on the run. Oh, and the ponytail may have been seen. It's just a wide push.
As now the sides once again swap up, and we got a little bit of a mid-attack going here.
With the operator to support, Mitch is going to take it down 2 for 3. I was just about to say for EG, do you bother going over towards yellow knowing that Leaf will take the risky call to pull it off? They don't, and they run right into Mitch and 2 other Cloud9 defenders.
That is really just like the loss of the rock, paper, scissors. I mean, you have both teams looking to fight at middle. It's not a very common interaction on Icebox, if we're honest, to have that many numbers from both sides looking to contest this midpoint. But in the end, Mitch lights them up. Spike is down in dangerous waters. He has res available if he needs it as well to add insult to injury, but it probably won't even be required.
Well, the spike does get collected, so that was a
but how
key
much
instrument
clock
if you're
got
going
burned?
to... Yeah, but you don't have the spike. There's no way you're getting this 2v5 off, but a lot still to be done here for EG. Let's be candid.
And their defense is perfectly set up. They still have vision on long B. They're right here at middle with a couple of players to quickly rotate to either side. They still have Viper's utility over at A. So there's just, I mean, it's going to take a Herculean effort for EG to get back into this. And it's just not going to happen. Cloud9.
Apoth is looking to possibly get aggressive here. He has to say slow orb out. Haunt will be denied, so Apoth will be allowed to play this a little bit forward for now. Snakebite out. Prowler will, with the knife, realize that, okay, 2 defenders are going to contest this here through yellow if you're Cloud9.
Yeah, they know that there's some up-close action taking place here defensively from EG, but they're using these Prowlers to push Apoth back and start taking that long B space for themselves. They're also, again, still patrolling middle. It's going to be Leaf this time instead of Zeta. Kind of, you know, making maneuvers there. Aldrome going to come out, though, from EG to clear this space out. They're looking to push off the back of that. They think that they have a chance to just kind of pin Leaf down with these shock darts and with this aggressive movement. But he gets out of there.
Yeah. So here we go.
They might
now
catch
the
Zeta,
play.
though. That's the thing. They know that Zeta's been patrolling this, and they're ready for it.
Oh, it's a massive 1v1. Orb down, spike planted. Recon Bolt won't even get too far past the barrier orb. Even I don't think it gets past it at all. So now you just have to fight your way from the front. Not really an option to play through mid in any form. Leaf able to get at least some look at Com. And do EG have the ability to flush out these members? There's no more mollies to play with. No shock darts, no snake fights. You've got to find a different way, and it may just be Jojimo from the top. Smokes and Compass in the backside of green, but C9 is ready for it, but they don't get the flank off from Vanity. So now Reformed, looking to make something happen.
You know, Cloud9 pummeled the 2 teams that they played last stage on this map in the groups. That was Optic in version 1, and then had that overtime loss to Fnatic. So definitely a team that's well tenured, particularly in this region, with some pretty dominant wins from last stage.
We'll see how things adjust in the near comp matchup. Cloud9 looking to boost over the wall. There is a paint shells being holded. Oh, but this is actually very interesting timing here. The fault line is going to be just a little bit too late, but John was still going to follow up off of it, but cannot confirm the final kill needed. That is not the aftershock that Com wanted, and that will actually allow an opportunity for Mitch to heal up and reset the 2v3.
Yeah, still an advantage, though, for Evil Geniuses, you know, with that added player here in Apoth on site. And Com going to be here for support with the breach, and he is setting up a really good PC utility here for Apoth to play off of. It's all going to come down to timing, as Lee did not check the other side, and they will get a whole lot that Cloud9 can do here. They do have that one Sheriff on Vanity. Outside of that, not too much, really.
That will work.
Boostio will open things up. Indeed, the Marshal will ring true.
They see Leaf as well, although Apoth does get tagged. Not fully. Boostio looking for the second shot. Just a bit off for Mitch. Gets a second opportunity at it. Mitch is really contesting this gunfight. But all said and done, EG's defense on B will hold, and Cloud9 are, well, they're just in pieces in this 3v5.
Yeah, good layer. Get them some economy built up with that. Vanity continuing to lay this pressure on A to keep the defense interested here, as they're all biting on it.
30 seconds
And yeah, so the spike will get planted, but past that, can't really expect too much more.
No. Say if Vanity can sneak a kill onto Apoth, it would make the rotation back for Evil Geniuses a little bit more labored, but no such antics will occur here. So, 2 early paint shells trying to create a little bit of space. Boostio on the way back in. No scoping. Sure, why not? That will play. And Zeppa's going to try to silently make his way down, but it's being watched.
I mean, there's nowhere for him to go. They have everything covered with 5 players. I mean, so getting off to a good start on defense is certainly the right move to try to maybe pull one over here on Cloud9. Getting this pressure on Dish side, and G able to trade out evenly, but Vanity able to bite onto Com and get this plant, and so it looks like Cloud9 will convert on this opening buy.
Yeah, it's just a little problematic. You're looking for Apoth on that long flank to try to work his way through, maybe a bit sooner to help out, to try to keep EG's defense on A little bit safer, but now you've got to play retake. Not a lot of great weapons. Vanity's going to be the first line of defense here, sets the line of scrimmage against Boostio, who does have the ability with a head on maybe to find a shot here, but no, will not connect. And now it's just down to Apoth and Reform from drop. And this is obviously pretty well known. They all know Reform is in this area as well. So nowhere for him to go, and Cloud9 will do very nice.
But obviously there's a lot of long sight lines, and that one tap potential with the Vandal can be huge, especially if you're ADSing at range or something like that, so fair enough. Oh, Boostio finds a big timing.
Wow. I was just about to say, this kind of predetermined wall setup defensively towards A is not even being contested by Cloud9. They're looking for timing to get an arcade, and they got there safely. But Boostio just holds an off angle and makes it work out beautifully.
Big catch.
But now Mitch has kind of reopened the door back towards A, so the defense for EG will have to move.
Yeah, they're going to have to respect that for sure. Spike's still not committed, really, from Zeta. Now you're starting to even see Leaf come into the picture to try to maybe even work a little bit of an A pinch here onto Reformed, as Mitch continues to put that pressure on Dish side. And now Lee starts sneaking forward. If he catches Reform, this round gets interesting, but will he check the correct side? No, that's twice now. Cloud9 have gotten caught by a player playing onto that close right. And there is a res that takes place on top B. Orbital Strike comes in as well, though. The Timid even out.
That, so surprising. You thought Com was going to be in a great position to stall things out, and now all of a sudden Mitch over the wall has taken another with him. Oh my, how the tables have turned. Spike going to get planted. Reformed is trying to get through to get onto site, but there's a sky smoke in his way.
Yeah.
So now it's down to Apoth to join with Reformed here. That is the last smoke available on either side. Molly placed very nicely onto Zeta to push him into a corner, but Mitch is delaying the inevitable, at least for a time. And, oh, okay. Orbital Strike once again, a part of this to kind of stop any diffuse from happening early. Mitch in an isolated 1v1, but will give up the ground in order to play off the spike itself. Vanity spamming away, but Apoth is holding. And now Reformed is playing bodyguard. Is there enough time? No.
So just all in all, a great round from Mitch. A little bit.
Ooh. Cold.
Man,
no wall this time. Boostio's just playing for that opening pick, and boy, does he connect.
Yeah, and that's going to give them a lot of information at A-Halls. It allows them to pick up a weapon. Boostio now has a Vandal in play, and then now all of a sudden things get a little bit more challenging for Cloud9 on what should have been more of a brisk walk for them to the finish line for a victory. And now Jawjamo, yeah, this is huge.
Doesn't really put it in a great spot, but Apot's Molly will be able to follow up to still secure the kill. The problem is it's just not as convincing as you'd like. Well, the trades, though, does keep EG involved with this defense. Spike yet to be fully planted as Zeta will collect it. Boostio, once again, wants to beat a bit of a timing here. Rolling Thunder gets used, and it does connect.
Yeah, that's huge.
Now it's just down to Calm.
That was really well done. You hate to burn it in a situation like this, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And Zeta knows that Calm's coming from this direction. He's gonna get some help from Zeppa now on the underside. They're gonna be able to swing together. Hard on them to challenge.
Barrier Orb does get fortified. Vault line paint shells combo. This is gonna hurt. Oh boy, that is so well done. C9 trying to challenge the Barrier Orb, but they get punished by way of just an easy setup with the paint shells and fault line combo.
Yeah, that's tough. And we've been seeing that Barrier Orb a lot on A-Halls lately, and it's very good to just deny that space super early, and it can allow you a little bit more fluctuation on how you rotate in the early round. As EG are looking to try to, keep this game close, and that's a great frag to kind of help that along. They're kind of trapped in A-Halls now, though, as Cloud9 are making a move through drop, and Leaf is now looking to re-pressure on this side with Mitch.
Oh, the sound cue off the door does not fully work out, but the Rolling Thunder will get the job done. Zeppa still trying to force the issue with the Showstopper, not going to connect with it in Reform. Yeah, that will work. Really well done. But
yeah, they do have a trademark covering their flank, so the further that Jawjamo presses, they will understand the situation. Leaf able to find a big pick onto Boostio. Those two have been battling it out all series long. It's been a very back and forth affair. Calm able to get one back. Jawjamo now pitching in as well on this flanking maneuver that we spoke of, but Cloud9 keep fighting their way in.
It's just, that is a 2v4 situation, technically speaking, for Cloud9. Stuck in arcade, and Zeppa will still get two of them. Jawjamo's flank does become, at least in some regard, impactful, but he's going to instead play for the 7 bullets left of the Vandal. And the
Flash. With the Vandal. And again, it's been him and Leaf, tit for tat. Very often, Flash, though, comes through, forcing him out of there. Leaf will take that real estate, put that pressure on the A-Halls, forces the defense to scramble back to A-size. This is definitely a imminent A-split from Cloud9, 2 from Dish, 3 from A-Halls. But the rotation's here on time.
Yeah, but the enforcement of this is not going to be utilizing a Barrier Orb. Orbital Strike to clear off the top side of the platform. Here comes the smoke and pushes forward. EG good for the opener, but can they deal with the rest of Cloud9 and continue to flood their way forward? Calm sure seems like he could, but the trade still in the end. Get it to a 2v2 until Mitch turns the tides. And it's on Jawjamo. Resurrection earned for Mitch. He'll pull that out. Showstopper for Jawjamo, and he's not even going to get even close to the site. No fly zone, says Mitch. And there's no early trademark in place to see out this hit. And actually, the one that's on site is going to get blocked by the Barrier Orb. So again, good utility plays. Leaf on the pinch on the opposite side of the B site will turn into a flawless take. EG down to 2. Calm and Jawjamo. And oh boy, they're getting spammed through smoke.
Yeah, it's just kind of the easy mop-up that you would expect in a round like this one. It's Cloud9 look for that prime gaming flawless here, because if not, I mean, you're allowing Cloud9 to get too much space.
Oh my goodness, Zeppa beats the timing of the orb, but only collects one of the orbital strike on the backside of the play. Actually favors EG's defense. Leaf once again on the solo play, opposite side of where this initial attack has come from. Actually could find a timing if he decides to poke through this sky smoke. Resurrection comes out. Of course, that's good information for Cloud9 on where exactly Reform has positioned himself, but it's not going to work out. And as Leaf has spammed through this smoke, he's going to be flushed a little bit further forward after the aftershock lands, and yeah, that'll be it.
Yep. Big round for him. Look to pinch onto this B side, perhaps with some of these ults being utilized to do it.
Showstopper, Rolling Thunder combination. Zeppa does not land the rocket, but Mitch still finds the intended elimination onto Apod. But this is the thing. Calm's got both hands up. He wants to get the defensive Rolling Thunder into play before the spike can even get onto site. And actually, this is going to work out for Cloud9. They kind of bait it out. No one gets affected by this, but Mitch still actually gets pulled from behind cover. And that's enough for Jawjamo to give a numerical advantage to the defensive Evil Geniuses. Boostio still kind of stuck on site, though. Could get picked, and he does. The same moment that Reform drops in Canteen. That'll be enough for It turned to a 3v2 the opposite direction with the plant and an orbital strike for Vanity.
Yeah, that orbital strike could be huge. As soon as they notice some
Right in the
presence
choke
behind
point.
this barrier orb, they can drop it.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh,
exactly.
Jogmo.
And Jawjamo might just get caught. And indeed he does. He cannot escape. And now Leaf looks to maybe put the finishing touches on this. All that's left is to dot the I's and cross the T's as they have this one pretty much wrapped up as Calm just trying to skate away, but he will not escape. Vanity with the hat. Trade you out. Uh-oh.
Show of force here from EG, but Jawjamo does get hit by... Oh, that's not the way you thought that was going to happen, but the kill still
will
gets
Leaf
tallied
read
up
the
by
other?
Leaf. I don't
Will
know.
Leaf know about this other guy? Oh, yeah, he does. But he still loses the fight. That's a big win for APOP, but now Vanity comes up through and trades it back. And again, that's what we were talking about. Cloud9 aren't going to let you get one for free. There's always someone next.
Orb will get Mitch one away, but Calm on the site. This is not bad. He's delaying a little bit longer, but he can't get the second onto Zeta. So it's a 3v2. Reformed and Boostio trying to fight from the front doors of the B site.
Spike planted.
And some steps have been heard from Boostio. Topside B tower. And he's going to catch Mitch after the plant. They were looking for the res.
That's
And so now it's an even 2v2 situation. Reform's position is still unknown. Zeta playing down towards tree, and of course you kind of know where Vanity is, and that's what they're going to bodyguard against. Whoa, but the fault line comes through, doesn't matter! Reform hits a huge shot! Trusting that the aftershock will get the job done on the Boostio, and he does! The 1v1 goes the way of Zeta!
Wasn't excited about it, as we are watching EG put a little bit of pressure over towards B side. So we see the rope limbo.
Well, this is interesting. Timing-wise, they may get here just as the barrier orb will fall.
Yeah,
So
roughly.
Cloud9 will have to worry about this hit.
The
and
thing is,
actually-
they're set up. They're set up
sure
for
are.
this. They're playing off the back of this. Like, literally, they're waiting for this timing, I feel like, with how they're stacked up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Spike down A.
And now all of a sudden things become very difficult because Cloud9 are going to hard commit knowing the spike is on this part of the map. You do have the ability to pinch, though, as it will be Boostio from the opposite side, and EG just dance on in to find Zeppa early. Smoke's creating a bit of a curtain here between the plant and the rest of the defense, and even Jawjamo will catch Vanity on the jump. Oh, what? It's a great take and a good response to EG, especially
That was
considering that
massive.
Cloud9 had that red.
That was so massive that they caught
One
Vanity.
enemy remaining.
Wow.
4 in the round for Jawjamo before he drops up to Leaf for a 1v3. And he's got a lot to do here if it were to be even close to even considering defuse. Gets the first in the corner. Impressive swaps. Gets some damage, but...
I don't know if that came through or not, but Thunder's rolling over here, buddy. So, yeah.
Oh, this is interesting here as Cloud9 is coming hard through A halls. And, okay, this will be red for Boostio. This is actually an opportunity for Cloud9 to try to quickly rotate back on over. And, EG is already on site, but they're not going to have any sort of a response here to what's coming through this link side dust.
No. Paint Shell comes in, not going to quite catch Reform, who will be able to get the heal and start playing up close with the Spectre on the back of his barrier orb. It's a little bit of burn going on, but they still hold this choke point very well. Boostio with a nice little shorty frag to boot, and
nice.
EG are holding on fine.
One enemy remaining.
Very well done. Very, very well done. And it's just...
Yeah, definitely some hurdles that EG are going to have to get around here on this bonus to try to find their way into a site. Cloud9 seem pretty well prepared and set up for this attack as they just, had that faith in Leaf to kind of hold a solo for right now. The trademarks. Jawjamo trying to be the tip of the spear here with the showstopper. Will clear out B tower and then trying to work his way into the site. Cloud9, though, fending off this push for now.
Yeah, and that honestly is not bad at all for Cloud9's defense, considering the showstopper was a part of all of this. Not getting a kill that is kind of a vulnerability now for EG, but they do get the spike planted, so at least that's the good news. Can you hold on with the Spectres and Stinger combos? Zeppa gets the opener. Now the play up towards B tower. This is a key one, and Calm is able to at least keep the position in tow, and Evil Geniuses are doing a pretty solid job of fighting back here. But Boostio,
Uh-oh.
it's down to shorties. And well,
That is the
might
big
as well-
uh-oh moment.
yeah, just might as well throw a wet paper towel
Yeah,
at him.
leaving the one man.
Well, it's going to be free dish control. Trademark already destroyed. Evil Genius is just going quickly, so there is the Rolling Thunder. This is actually just blindly through halls as the rest of the hit from Evil Genius come from the top side. And interestingly enough, Cloud9 are going to wait a little while to potentially even consider how they want to use the orbital strike. And yeah, they're going to force Reform out from beyond a plannable area. So now C9, they're stacked up, and they're going to try to hit this with the Aftershock in towards halls. Calm looking to challenge this, but gets pushed back by flashes. Apop's going to trust the weaponry, not the molly, to stop this defensive retake of halls, and it works out okay. A 2-for-1 exchange for his life.
Yeah, Apop did really well there. Now it's all down to Zeppa trying to clutch a 1 versus 2. They're playing on top that barrier orb, and he doesn't spot it.
To utilize here through these first couple of rounds to get us back to square. Leaf forced to spend a shot on the boom bot, but that would be respected as Evil Geniuses do not want to challenge. At least not as of yet.
Starting to set up some utility to start fighting back A-Halls a little bit here. Kind of take that space for themselves. Not committing either direction, though. Still just kind of sitting back here. Boostio watching for aggression. Over here towards B-tree position. Checking the underpass. Making sure all their angles are taken care of. You know in a round like this that Cloud9 might be doing something gimmicky. Try to pull one over on you, so they're just kind of minding it all and making sure they have it taken care of. Leaf will get that tour de force at the bottom of A, so if they come through A-Halls, he might be the man that can strike first and then rendezvous out of there.
And he should know that this hit's coming through A-Halls, because even though EG cleared the angle initially, they didn't take the angle, so they have to re-clear it again. So yeah, here comes the full force play. Leaf is in a little bit of trouble, but gets the first, rendezvous away, as you had mentioned. So now it's down to how does Cloud9 defend against the rest of this hit that's going to walk through the sky smokes. It's paint shells initially, which largely come up empty. And Leaf is going to have to use this thing like a shotgun, essentially. He's going to have to move very quickly. Reform's not going to allow anything as he catches the top of him. And the orbital strike also spent just to confirm. And yeah, they also collect a kill with it. Rez being queued up to get the economy back to full HP.
Enemy remaining.
And wow.
It's going to be massive for retake.
Yes.
Let's play.
Oh, it's going to be speed for Zeppa with the fault line combination. Boombot to reinforce the position. And now the showstopper
my
as well.
God.
And oh boy. It's just a Raze masterclass being put on by Zeppa. Even re-earning the paint shells to force Calm into a terrible position, and Cloud9 will pretty much win the round off of that.
I mean, the round's kind of already done and dusted, though, to be fair.
And
We
Boostio
have
has
it.
to hit shots. He just has to.
Yeah, that's really the only way in. Leading the way here with that tour de force. Does have the Vandal as well for the closer range battles, but still B-Tower being manned by Zeppa.
30 seconds left.
Well, no contact here. I mean, EG could surprise.
Last player.
Oh, nope, maybe not. Zeta will get a read on it, and Mitchell will finish it off.
Yeah, again, very good at just playing reactionary Valorant when need be. And now this time they are poking at A-Halls and pushing it all the way back. Are kind of forcing themselves to play retake B. As, EG kind of absorb that A pressure and just kind of pivot. They will get this spike down and it will come down to the retake. There is Rolling Thunder available, though, for Cloud9. No ults on the table for EG.
Oh, but I love this. Look at the spread.
Yeah.
Even rendezvousing away, really nobody gets hit by that. So Cloud9, sure, you've kind of built yourself an avenue to get into the site, but EG kind of have you surrounded in a way. You still have to win the gunfights, though. Spike going to get toggled, at least initially. Aftershock will force the player off, at least for the time being. It did get to halfway, though, and Vanity's going to try to stick this, but the Molly to follow up is actually going to consider that Cloud9 can't hold for it. So now you got the fault line to try to take this over the finish line. The Barrier Orb's in a very desperate situation. Time becoming a problem.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And do they have time for it?
Yeah. Wow. That was a big moment here.
Jojima won off a showstopper and will be taking a Phantom into the battle area, so there is an opportunity maybe to get some extra kill potential on board with the ult. But Zeppa, oh yeah, okay, so here we go once again. Using the Boombot to get clarity over to what's happening over at the backside of A-Halls, and that's a no elimination tally, no damage relieving tally, so Cloud9 get what they came for, and even beyond that, Leaf will take first blood towards Dish.
Yeah, big frag there. Multi-prong pressure from Cloud9 on both fronts of this A side. Jawjamo going to get one back, but now Zeta and Co. looking to continue to keep this presence on A halls and push this attack back. Again, just kind of putting the faith in Vanity to solo hold B for now, who's actually gotten aggressive in his own right over towards Arcade. As EG are kind of shuffling around here on the zip lines to kind of figure out what they want to do. Seems like they want to go for the A split.
Yeah, and I think if you're really kind of putting yourself in the best position to win, you drop the Phantom, you switch that out, and you go Showstopper on this entry here. But Jawjamo's going to keep holding on to the rifle.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like,
Like
30 seconds.
Yeah,
you
you
could
could
calm and then trebuchet yourself into the Showstopper. That's a very good point. Zep is basically stuck on site, so definitely could get impacted by as we are seeing the utility start pouring in.
There's the Showstopper. Reformed actually boosts Zeta into a great position to defend against this, and oh boy.
One enemy remaining.
That is inches away from being a really good executor for Evil Geniuses. Instead, they do some favors to the defense, and Cloud9
will strike of his own. Leaf looking to get aggressive.
You have to use utility to clear this thing. The flash is being used. Shot blindly coming out from Leaf will not connect. So Arcade is gained by EG. Zeta's still looking to challenge with the shoulder. He will be smoked and fault line, so EG very cleanly get over towards B tower. Still sniping, by the way, is Boostio for what it's worth, so he's going to have to kind of be very interested to see where he wants to take that angle. Apop will have the queue up for the orbital strike that allows him to follow up onto Vanity, but it wasn't before Vanity found first blood here. Does we go 4v4?
Yeah, Leaf also gets the spam, so that is the spike down. He's looking for the angle from tower. He finds that too. Boostio trying to fancy his chances on a little bit of a jiggle peek, but expose himself a little too much. And so now EG are well behind in this round.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, Apop is stuck in a slow orb. Nothing he could do there. So it's down to Calm, and he's decided to pick up the op, looking for a pick first and foremost. Got Zeppa, but misses the opening shot. This is not great news. Cloud9 starting in position just a touch.
30 seconds left.
Don't give him a free look.
This is done for him.
Here, man. It's going to be Spectres, one Phantom, Marshall, and an orbital strike. Early information for Cloud9. They don't even want to let him get this off the ground at the moment. 8 shells, Molly being spent. That's actually going to find a little bit of damage onto Boostio. And even though Zeta does get concussed, okay, there is a trade in the mix. And Zeppa actually not able to follow up and not going to get away either. The blast pack play doesn't get him the separation he was looking for. Oh, but Leaf has Jawjamo stuck in a corner.
Yeah, he does. C9 still have ways in here. Jawjamo is going to get healed up. Leaf, again, still pins this player as Reform gets taken down. Jawjamo's trying to bait shots out to try to get this plant secure, but there's just no way. He has to be the one that gets to it, too, because Calm's way out of position.
Yeah. Shot does miss. Headhunter out. Leaf to follow up off of his own miss. And that will do it. 4 in the round from Vanity. But boy, man, I'll tell you, a couple of things to walk away impressed with. Number
We'll say goodbye to our analyst desk for now. Vanilla, I feel like we've done this many times in the past. We've had a couple of these chats going back to stage 1. No surprise that we're having one again. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
Unfortunately, in stage 1, you guys came up just a little bit short, right? You made it to the lower finals. You lose best of 5 against the Guard. You didn't make it to Iceland like we were all hoping to see. But we haven't seen you guys play since then. We haven't seen a single thing from you. What have you guys been working on in this quote-unquote off-season as you prepared for stage 2? What has the prep work been like?
I think like the biggest thing that we were trying to fix from like stage 1 was lack of flexibility within our agent pools, and I think we did a pretty good job at that in the off-season, as you could see in the first match.
That was actually something I wanted to ask you about. You know, we see you playing as the KO. Is that related to the patch changes, or is that related to just what you guys have been working on in the off-season?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
So what I was saying was, we saw you slot into the KO, and we saw some agent role swaps, people changing into roles that maybe we wouldn't expect to see on map 1. And we were wondering if that had a little bit to do with some of the changes we saw in the current patch, because people were now starting to slot into roles they maybe didn't play previously, or if that was just based on the work you were doing in the off-season prior to that patch even dropping.
No, this is something that we were doing prior to the patch. Well, not prior to this patch, but ever since when we lost, we talked about it, and I think it allows us more flexibility within like agent roles, because I think that I don't want to say we were like not flexible, but I think that it helps a lot when I'm able to play like agents that are more so involved in the rounds. That's kind of what I did in Counter-Strike, and I think that it allows me to IGL a little bit better when I'm like there, like seeing what's happening versus looking at my radar and like hoping that I'm right, you know? So I think that benefits me a lot in that regard.
I mean, looking again into the coming weeks, we're going to see some more changes coming. Obviously, we saw Jet and Sova both kind of nerfed. Some people would say it's not really too bad for Jet, but we also have some changes coming to Chamber. One of the better players on Cloud9, someone that people profile a lot, is Leaf. You know, we see now his 2 primary agents being potentially nerfed. How is that going to impact you guys moving forward? Should we expect to see even more fluidity on these agent roles? Will we see you even potentially swapping roles even more so than just, you know, KO controller? Like, I'm kind of curious what we got in the coming weeks.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on, you know? Play a lot of agents. I think I play a different agent on most maps. So, it'll be cool, I guess, because I think I've only played smokes in all of my... Other than, like, the seeding match for Iceland, I played Yoru, but apart from that, I think I've only played smokes, so... I think, you'll probably see some new comps, for sure. New people on agents, I guess, would probably be a better way versus comps.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing what you guys are going to bring to the table. We were praising you guys for your adaptability and the way you try to innovate by bringing new compositions, being one of the teams that was rocking KO before pretty much anyone else in North America. One last question before I let you go. Looking at your group, obviously you've got Optic in your group. You know, current reigning champions of the world, one of the best teams in NA. But the rest of the group is pretty much open. You know, it's hard to say who's really going to slot where in the remaining spots. We obviously have you guys pegged up pretty highly, but who do you look at as a potential threat in your group besides Optic?
I mean, I think all the teams are pretty good. I'd say that... Let me look at who's in our group, actually.
I could tell you were looking it up.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I'd probably favor LG to be like the other guaranteed playoff team. I think the last spot is kind of up for grabs. I would assume Sentinels gets it, but I think that EG and FaZe both look pretty good. I mean, I think Sentinels is still a better team than those two, so I would assume Sentinels will end up taking it. But I mean, it's a long season and you have a lot of time to prepare, so teams can like, get a lot better throughout the season. I think that's something that benefits like the lesser experienced players.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again on the win. I'm sure we'll be talking in the coming weeks as you guys continue to pile on the dubs here for Cloud9. I hope you guys have similar success in the groups and potentially find your way into the playoffs and qualify for Masters 2 as well.
Thank you.